I can't tell you their names, because we don't know them. Who they are, who they were, these details are lost to us. But they're also lost to them. Sometimes they get flashes, moments of people they might have been. Phantom pasts, the ghosts of happy futures. But they're empty, and vanish if they try to hold them. One of them is young, though he has always felt old. He has always felt tired. He has stood apart from everyone who ever cared for him and never felt the distance. His family were cold, and so, to keep that coldness at bay, he built a towering wall between them and him. He hid it in jokes and practiced smiles, but on a cloudy day they could see it. And when he was able to leave his family behind, that wall came with him, following him, keeping out the world. He would walk the streets of the city at night and wish the world away so it could be just him, with no one to know him or judge him or hurt him. Sometimes, when the emptiness inside began to bite, he reached out for people and took a friend or a lover. But when he did, it was only to watch them beat themselves again and again against that wall until they finally relented and he was alone once more. He told himself it was for the best. He told himself he liked it like that. And now he is here. The wall still surrounds him, though now it encircles all the fields where he staggers, wet from the rain and cold from the wind. He calls out for somebody to see him, for somebody to know how achingly hollow he is. He walks and walks and walks, desperate for another voice, for someone to know where he is and what he's going through. But he can't shout too loud. If he does, he feels the thick grey mulch rising from where it has settled in the hollow of his chest. It pushes up his throat and streams from his mouth instead of words. It is clouded and so bitterly cold that where it lands the scrubland grass turns brittle and crumbles away, leaving only ice, pulled from the deepest parts of him, hardened and crusted into a smooth, dark mirror, reflecting his lined and careworn face against the clouded sky. The rain pricks his skin, though there is no comfort in it, because he knows he can never be warm and dry again. The wall is too high. But still he keeps walking, keeps crying out, though quieter now. Nobody knows he's here, and even if they did, they wouldn't care. He has driven them all away, kept them so far from who he is that there is no one now to see his suffering. No one who cares. He falls to his knees, icy mud clinging to his legs, soaking through his threadbare trousers as tears and rain fall from his cheeks in equal measure. Next to him, a woman lies on her side, curled tight around herself, head tucked to her chest. He does not see her, cannot hear her racking sobs so close to his. She could reach out her hand, touch his arm, his face, his heart, and would feel nothing. Neither would ever know, because at their core they are alone, and nothing can release them from that absolute knowledge. She stands, legs shaking from the cold and from the effort, her muscles locked in place and joints protesting at the shift. How long has she been lying there? How long have the fingers of despair locked around her throat? She doesn't know, and she feels in her bones that no one else does either. Nobody knows she's here, and she misses them all. She tries to picture her friends, a warm and smiling procession of faces, a technicolor memory that only makes the iron grey sky that much duller, the misty drizzle that much colder on her face. What is she recalling? There was music once, lights, laughter, a birthday maybe, or a pub lunch? They sat around on old chairs, comfortable chairs in the warm. The taste of wine was on her tongue and her mouth was curled into a smile. The carefree chatter of her friends surrounded her and soothed her. Or did it? She wasn't talking. wasn't engaged with any of the bright and happy people. Her smile was fixed and deliberate, and it didn't quite match her eyes. She was among this joy, yes, these sparkling friends, but she was not a part of it. Not really. She tried to be, wanted so desperately to be a part of that easy warmth, and maybe they thought she was. But they hadn't known her, not really. They hadn't seen the empty ice that filled her, that kept her apart from them, that she desperately tried to thaw with each and every friendly face that smiled at her. The memory fades, and she shivers as her mind returns to the rain and the wind, tinged with the sting of salt and the slight stench of rotten seaweed, though there was never an ocean here. She feels the ice within her still, and knows she never found anyone to melt it, and now she never will. Those who tried she gripped so tightly that they couldn't breathe, and so she lost them anyway. Now nobody remembers her name. If they should stumble upon an old photograph, some half-remembered birthday party that still brings up a smile, and then see her face, sat there amongst the revellers, they will frown, just for a moment, as they try to remember her name. Then they will shrug, and forget they were even curious. They will not think to wonder about her. And it is this that she is so deeply afraid of. Not the ache of her flesh from the bitter cold, not the cloying dampness of the rain, or the crushing fatigue from uncounted days, or weeks, or years without sleep. It is the sure knowledge that nobody remembers her existence enough to even wonder idly where she might be, or ponder at her suffering. She screams her fear to the open air, but none beside her hear it.